friends, good morning. We're so glad that you're here as we start this day together. Happy Christmas Eve. Christmas is almost here. We're really excited here at the church for our online Christmas Eve service tonight at 6 p.m. If you don't have a church home, we would love it if you would join us right back here on Facebook and YouTube Live for that service. It's always a special time to celebrate the birth of Jesus, and we're really looking forward. We know it's different this year because of COVID, and we're online only, but we think it'll be a really special moment for all of us together tonight as we celebrate the birth of Jesus, and look forward to Christmas Day tomorrow. Today we are in a devotional reading that we've been going through in the month of December every morning at 9 a.m. called Come Let Us Adore Him. And for Christmas Eve, this reading is different. It is maybe a little bit of a challenge for us, but I want you to open your heart and receive this word from God today as we think about Christmas Eve. A lot of times when we think about Christmas Eve, we think about the manger scene, little baby Jesus and Mary and Joseph and the wise men, right? Like this. It's this beautiful little moment, right? And it's sweet and it's comforting. And a lot of times we don't stop to think about the spiritual implications of what was happening on that night in Bethlehem. The birth of Jesus was a declaration of war. A declaration of war against the powers and principalities and the dark forces of this world. Against Satan and all of his minions, Jesus came as an act of war. So today, as we celebrate Christmas Eve, let's think about that as we begin this reading. God entered the world, took on flesh, and defeated the devil, so we would no longer be defeated by the world, the flesh, or the devil. When you look into that manger in Bethlehem, you need to see a warrior. Jesus came to do battle with the enemy and to defeat him for our sake. He would defeat the devil in his life, and he would defeat the devil on the cross, and he would defeat the devil by the empty tomb. Each victory was for us so that we would be able to resist the devil's deceptions and temptations in our own lives. Because Jesus came to defeat the devil, a face-to-face battle with the devil was inevitable for him. The life of the baby in the manger would march toward a moment when the devil would throw everything in his arsenal toward Jesus. All of history hinged on that battle. Soon that baby would grow into a man, and he would face what Adam faced, the seductive temptations of a deceptive enemy. He would stand toe-to-toe with Satan as the second Adam. The defeat of Jesus would have spelled our doom, but the victory of Jesus guarantees our hope of countless moral victories as we too would face the seductive voice of the tempter whispering lies into our own ears. You see, Jesus is the chief warrior, the Adam the world longed for. But the final battle is not over. We still live in a broken world that doesn't function as God intended. We still battle with temptation outside us and sin inside us. Seductive voices greet us every day, working to get us to step over God's moral boundaries. You could argue that life on this side of eternity is a war. So it is a huge comfort at Christmas that we celebrate the birth of the second Adam, the chief warrior who came to do battle on our behalf, to win victory for us, so that by his power we could resist, stand firm, and conquer. By grace, Jesus was willing to come to earth and to stand in Adam's place, so that we would be graced with daily victory over temptation and sin. The Christmas story is the first chapter in a war story. This war was fought on our turf and for our sake by the hero of the story, the God-man, Jesus. I want to contrast two historical moments for you. The first is that horrible moment when Adam and Eve faced the serpent, bought into his deception, and rebelled against the wisdom, goodness, and authority of God. How could you possibly overstate the horrors of evil that were unleashed in that moment? The effects of that one act of disobedience are moral, emotional, rational, environmental, relational, political, and spiritual. Nothing in the created world was left unharmed. We still pay a daily price in the struggles of faith and life in this fallen world. But contrast this with another historical moment, the Christmas story. The Christmas story is God responding to the cry of the world, now damaged and darkened by sin, for a second Adam. This Adam would need to be a perfect man with the moral power to stand against the enemy and not succumb to his tempting voice in any way. No person on earth was qualified to be this second Adam, so God sent his son, Jesus, to stand in that place for our hope and our salvation. So tomorrow, when you celebrate Christmas Day, remember to celebrate the birth of the great warrior. He won the victory that you and I could have never won. That victory is our hope in this life and in the one to come. So like I said, that's a little bit of a different way to think about Christmas Eve, isn't it? I hope that you will be encouraged today to know that the hero of the story is on your side. He loves you. He's fighting for you. He's fighting your battles. He's working for you and in you and through you. And he is winning you the victory over the enemy this day and every day. So today, as we draw close to Christmas and as we get ready for our Christmas Eve service here at KCC, let's celebrate and worship our hero king, Jesus, the one who came in our place to fight our battles once and for all, and to give us the grace to be more than conquerors through him. Thanks so much for joining us. Hope to see you tonight at KCC at 6 p.m. for our Christmas Eve service, and I'll see you back here tomorrow morning, Christmas morning, for our